Hello, everybody, and welcome to Week 2 of the Friday Night Glory Quarterback Ranch High School Football Report. If you didn't get enough high school football last weekend, we have more for you. Thursday night, Kenny Matthews was out at the Star for the Reedy versus Denison game, and Peyton Peterson was across town in Grapevine, Texas, where the Mustangs took on Azle. Kenny Matthews was right back at it Friday night at Standard Stadium, where Newman Smith took on crosstown rival Creekview. Terrence Johnson was in Aubrey, where Braswell opened up the new Carico Stadium. Eric Azle was in Lewisville for the Highland Park Lewisville game, and I was at the Mesquite North Mesquite rivalry. I'm Randy Edwards. Stay tuned for the Friday Night Glory Quarterback Ranch High School Football Report. Welcome back to the Friday Night Glory Quarterback Ranch High School Football Report. Let's start in Frisco, where Kenny Matthews was out at the Star Thursday night. He saw the Reedy versus Denison game. Reedy really had no trouble with this game, winning 41-7. Kenny caught up with wide receiver Caleb Smith and running backs Dennis Moody and Joshua Goins after the game. Let's see what they had to say about their 41-7 victory.
We just knew we were going to try to catch them offsides, catch them jumping, and take control of that opportunity when we got it. So that's exactly what we did.
Oh, yeah, that definitely was one of our bigger focuses. We know, as going out there as a team, being disciplined is probably number one thing, and we realized, listen, we lock down these penalties, we get this flow going, it's going to be a nice second half for us. I feel like really just starts in practice. First day of practice, you just got to get in there and do everything perfectly or to your best of ability, and once you do that right, everything else is going to fall into place.
3rd and 16, 17, inside your 20, catch a little bubble screen there. 84 yards later, that's a big play for you guys. It got you guys kind of started. Can you talk about how the blocking, I thought, really was the key for you on that?
Our O-line, they were on top of it. For the most part, they know exactly what we're trying to do when we have them kick out like that. We went out there, executed on 3rd down, made a big play.
And I want to talk about your TD. Great cut in the backfield. I saw the one cut, pylon. Talk a little bit about that play.
It was pretty much natural. I'm to be honest with you. I seen the defender coming. I said, if I get back inside, looked open in the backfield, so we hit it backside and it worked out for us.
Essentially, coach told us during halftime, he gave us a challenge to come out, cut down on penalties and come out faster, and that's what we did. Coach kind of instilled of us since the beginning of this offseason, chop wood, carry water, just to keep going with the process. So I think that's what we did out here. I feel like our team just prepared so much, worked so hard during the offseason. I feel like we're ready to get out there and play. I think we should slow it down a little bit because it's us. It starts on the field. We got cut down on small penalties, but really I think our team's ready to play. That's all.
Well, and for you guys, you got to be pretty – it's got to be satisfying that you're 2-0, yes, and you've had all these kind of little mental issues that you can clean up. You guys got a lot of improvement ahead of you that – man, that's pretty good.
Yes, sir. We have a lot of room to grow as a team. So I think as the weeks come, big game next week, I feel like we can clean this up and move on to the next week and see how we go from there.
Friday night, Kenny Matthews was right back at it out in Farmers Ranch, Texas, where our alma mater, Newman Smith, took on cross-rival Creekview, beating them 28-2. Kenny Matthews caught up with Newman Smith quarterback Pearson Ruggiero after the game. Here's what he had to say.
We got to go take one win at a time. That's our main goal right now. Creekview, it's just a team on our schedule. They got a rivalry, but that's for the fans. We got to worry about winning. That's all we got to worry about.
I explained one of your TDs as being the slippery guy. You had to slip out a couple sacks. Oh, yeah. You throw the water over there to Hagens down there in the end zone. Can you talk a little bit about just breaking tackles and shaking people down?
It's kind of natural, God-given. I would say it's God-given. The leg part, the God-given, training with arm, God-given. Keep my eyes downfield. That's the main thing I really focus on. Last year, I kind of kept taking sacks. It kept taking away from my rushing yards, right? Gotcha. So this year, I'm working on keeping my eyes downfield. I saw him in the back of the end zone. He did this, put his hand up, gave him a ball. He came down with it, luckily. Yes, sir.
And my last question, BD, is what about your defense here tonight? I know we're going to talk about you putting up 28 points on the offensive side, but they, in essence, had a shutout here tonight. Man, can you talk about what they're doing defensive-wise, they're coming around to?
Once again, they go back to that brotherly bond. They all hang out. We all hang out, and they held for us tonight. They did good tonight. They got a new defensive coordinator, Coach McCarty. He's great guy. We got Dillard. He's really a captain on the defense. Him and J-Mo, they real good on that, and they like to hit hard.
Friday night, Terrence was in Aubrey, Texas, where Braswell opened up their brand new Carico Stadium in successful fashion with a 48-21 win over Fossil Ridge. Let's check out some of Terrence's game highlights, then post-game interviews with Jalen Burton, Dylan Smith, and head coach Cody Moore.
Terrence Johnson, FridayNightGlory.com here with running back Jalen Burton. New field, new stadium, same old, same old. Last year, he was a big runner. He had 187 yards and 3 TDs last week in the win over Eaton. Tonight, perfect performance. 4 TDs, 161 yards. You run behind your line, you run behind your pads. How does it feel getting this win in a new stadium that no one ever played in?
I mean, it feels good to open a stadium like this, 48-21. I mean, we worked hard for this. We knew what type of game this was going to be at the beginning, but we just had a great week of practice and we showed them what's up.
And how about that defense of you guys? 5 turnovers, 4 of them coming by way of interception here. What was Coach Moore like at halftime? You know, you guys came out, I'm going to say a little flat because they were sticking with you guys, but you guys started the up-tempo offense. The up-tempo kind of held their defense back, and they couldn't stop you guys. What was that like coming in?
I mean, as we were running tempo, we were seeing they was getting tired. They was getting lined up slow, not getting their defensive coaches' plays, and we just took advantage of that, and you see the score.
Back with Braswell. Hey, impressive night tonight. 5 turnover performance on the defense. Started with this guy. 2 picks for a cornerback on the island here. Dylan Smith, senior. How does it feel breaking this new field in, letting the district know Braswell is for real?
You know, it feels wonderful. We had a good atmosphere out here. There's a lot of people out here supporting us, and we put on a show. It felt good.
How was it leading up to this night with Coach Cody Moore? You know, you guys going to play in this brand new facility. It looks very nice. I mean, I got to say, they probably played a part. Your fans are very good here. They behind you guys the whole game. Your offense ran up-tempo. Your defense just getting stop after stop after stop.
Yes, sir.
What do you guys got to do to just keep that up?
Just keep doing what we're doing. Pay attention to the little details. Go to practice, work hard, keep getting better at what we need to do, watch film, and we'll be good every week.
I appreciate it. You know, our kids have played really well the first couple of weeks, and, you know, that's a good football team over there. It was a good football team last week with Eaton. You know, you make a good point. That's kind of where we want to start with our team. We want to run the ball, play good defense, and we've certainly done that. Our offensive line has played great the last couple of weeks, and everything just kind of builds from there. So every win in 6A in the Metroplex is to be celebrated and enjoyed, and because they're really hard to come by. And, you know, that was a good team we're fortunate to beat tonight.
Yeah, powerhouse football in 6A. I actually did a pop-up here. My nephew, I call him nephew because my nephew is his son. He's one of your linemen. Isaiah Simpson.
Oh, wow.
This is my nephew. So I did a pop-up on him tonight. You know, I just wanted to throw that in there and get the shout out to him. But I just seen all the other guys, you know, gelling with him, like number 73. I didn't get all the guys' names, but, you know, they're blocking for Jalen real good. And you guys started running up-tempo, I believe, when Keller Fossil Ridge probably started doing something different. You guys hit them with the up-tempo. What was the reason behind that?
Well, we try to play fast as much as we can. You know, it doesn't always look like it because, you know, once we kind of get our rhythm, get a first down, then we usually get in a pretty good tempo and playing at a pretty good clip. But our offensive line coach, going back to Isaiah and CJ and all those guys, he does a great job of just creating just a very tight-knit group with them. They play for each other, you know, like all of our team does. But, you know, he does a great job. Those guys are really good up front, and, you know, they're all underclassmen too.
Yeah, all juniors, new stadium. How was it feeling for you coming? I know you had to be excited. It's kind of like we get excited for football because it's like Christmas to us. But coming into this facility, Coach, man, it is nice. I mean, the hospitality is good out here. The kids are great out here. Like, how was it for you leaving up to here? Was it any nervousness coming in? I know you've been coaching a while, but how was the feeling? Like, I'm finna coach in a brand new stadium. I'm finna set history.
Well, you know, it was more exciting than it was nervous. I mean, you know, this has been, we live in a great community, and, you know, it's a little bit of a travel to go to C.H. Collins, and, you know, the travel on 380 is unpredictable, but, you know, mostly it's tough, right? So having this place here, as, you know, as beautiful as it is for this community, I knew it was going to be packed tonight, and it exceeded my expectations. And then just the atmosphere, the student section, you know, the band, the drill, you know, it was truly a home field advantage. And so what was an awesome experience.
Erica Say was in Lewisville, where the Highland Park Scots visited the Fighting Farmers. I saw a ton of highlights in this game. Let's check out Erica's recap and post-game interviews.
Erica C. here with Friday Night Glory, and this is my recap video of Highland Park in Lewisville. They played last Friday, September 2nd in Lewisville. We know from last season that both teams were pretty great teams all around. Great coaching, great record for both teams. So we know going into this game that it was going to be a big competition for both teams. So Highland Park left this game very satisfied on Friday as they beat Lewisville 31-17. Highland Park and Lewisville were both coming off of a Week 1 win. Highland Park successfully had 298 passing yards during this game with their quarterback Brennan Storer playing an extremely amazing game. He had great passes, great yardage all around. He had 4 TDs, and with his 4 TDs and the help of his teammates, Grayson Schrank, Jackson Heiss, and Luke Herring, they had a total of 346 yards with 48 rushing yards. So a great night for all 4 of these guys. They worked well together, had great motivation during this game. With this win, Highland Park is now 2-0, and they will be facing Lake Highlands on Friday, September 9th. Lewisville is coming off of a Week 1 win as well, and with that being said, going into this game with a strong mindset, Lewisville did have a total of 2 touchdowns, 375 yards, and 182 passing yards with 193 rushing yards. It's a great game for Lewisville as well all around. Lewisville's very own Byron Ellison had 123 total yards and 1 touchdown in the game on Friday night. Lewisville lost. They are now moving to 1-1, and they will face Mesquite on Friday in Lewisville, September 9th.
How did you feel making that touchdown?
Yeah, so right off the bat, first drive, we have a signal where I can run a go, and Brennan gave me it, and I took it from there, and once he threw it up, I made the catch. I broke the 1 tackle, and it was just free from there. We watch film every day as a receiving corps. We go over to Luke Herring's house on last night and watched it for like an hour, just studying like their techniques and what they do on certain plays.
I feel like this year especially, our preparation has been amazing, and I feel like everyone's just really confident we're going to go out and do our jobs because our preparation's been so amazing. Everyone knows that they can do their job. They know what they have to do. They know what the other team's doing, and it's been a big deal for us this year.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that and what was going through your head going to this game? You are a senior.
Not really. I got to give my receivers a lot of credit, man. They're playmakers. I'm nothing without them. And, they made some really great plays tonight. And, I just have confidence. I can throw it down there. They're going to go and get it. It doesn't matter who I throw it to. We got 6 great receivers. And it's really awesome that, I'm fortunate to have so many great skill players.
Let's go back to Thursday night, where Peyton Peterson was in Grapevine, Texas, where the Mustangs took on Azle, having no trouble winning 58-14. Let's check out Peyton Peterson's recap and then interview with quarterback Evan Baum.
Peyton Peterson, FridayNightGlory.com, here with Grapevine's quarterback Evan Baum. How's it feel?
It feels great. Just trusting in our teammates, trusting the process. Our coaches do a great job preparing us for this game.
What was the preparation like this week? Were there any holes in their defense that you saw on film?
We just try to run it, and then when they keep biting, we throw it. Just trusting in each other, doing our 1-11.
So these games leading up to district play, obviously you guys have Colleyville Heritage in your district, but biggest rival on the season and then also later on in the playoffs.
It's really good to get these games going and build some confidence up, and yeah.
Well, congratulations to Evan Baum. Grapevine, they are 2-0 to start the season. This is Peyton Peterson signing off for FridayNightGlory.com.
Friday night, I was out at Mesquite Memorial, where North Mesquite took on Mesquite. They've been playing this rivalry since 1970. It was a very evenly matched game. Mesquite came away with a 44-32 win, but if you just watch this game with no scoreboard, both teams were moving the ball up and down the field. Both had 300-plus total yards. Mesquite 307, North Mesquite 397. Both quarterbacks played well. Luke Cedar, 16 of 28, 251 yards, 3 touchdowns, had 2 interceptions. Where Tyreek Womack was 6 of 10, 140 yards, and no interceptions. Both teams came out, scored on the opening drive. North Mesquite had no trouble at any point in the game getting the ball up and down the field in the passing game, but Mesquite made some very opportunistic turnovers. North Mesquite was inside the red zone, and the ball was thrown down, it was down inside the 15 where Mesquite got the interception. The turnover, even though the turnovers were 3-2, I think it was kind of like where those turnovers were in the game. Armand Cleaver with a big game for Mesquite had 3 touchdowns. North Mesquite had 3 receiving TDs, Mesquite 2, but Mesquite has the bragging rights in 2022 over North Mesquite this year. I've got Quincy Williams from the quarterback ranch next, and he's going to tell us who the players of the week from last week are.
This is Quincy Williams. I'm reporting for Quarterback Ranch in collaboration with Friday Night Glory for our Impact Players of the Week. We'll have quarterback Jake Wilson from Byron Nelson, who had 22 for 29, 249 yards and 3 touchdowns in their win. Next we have wide receiver Jacob Jordan from South Lake Carroll, who's 5 for 97 and 3 touchdowns. And defensively, we have safety Anthony Crenshaw Jr. from Arlington Martin High School. He had 9 tackles, 2 interceptions, 1 return for a touchdown, and also a forced fumble. All right, those are your Week 2 Impact players. Friday Night Glory and Quarterback Ranch report. Have a good week and best of luck to these fellas next weekend.